welcome you, nice crowd today, to come out and honor our fallen brethren and brothers today on this hallowed day. So with that, I'd like to introduce our mayor, Mayor Bob Strauss.
Thanks, Jack. We've got some more chairs coming out here tonight. It's actually great to have a situation where we need more chairs. In years past, sometimes we have more chairs than people. So this is fantastic. Great outpour of support for our veterans. And with that, I'd like to call the roll of order. The color guard. We got posting of colors. Everyone, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you remain standing, we have the national anthem, Grace Brzezicki from Mother McCauley High School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thanks, Grace. Please be seated. Kevin O'Ryan is going to do the invocation.
Thank you, Mayor. Please bow your head. Almighty God, our Heavenly Father, in your hands are the living and the dead. We give you thanks for all those, our comrades, who have laid down their lives in the service of our country. May they rest in peace, and may light perpetually shine upon them. As we come together in this day, we also pay tribute to those who have served and those who are serving in our armed forces. We are grateful for their dedication and commitment and countless selfless acts they perform so that we might continue to enjoy freedom. We thank you for our great land and the wisdom of our founding fathers, and for those who down through the ages fought the forces of evil and gave their lives to preserve the freedoms we enjoy. We are grateful for life, for liberty, and for the freedom to pursue happiness. As we begin this day, we will now have a moment of silence to remember those who gave their lives, of those missing in action, those held in prisoner of war camps. We invoke your blessings of God upon the program and events that have been planned, and may each of us, as individuals and as a nation, continue to acknowledge you. Amen.
Thanks, Kevin. Again, I'd like to welcome everyone for showing up today. I mean, actually, it's a great morning. We've got weather. Couldn't ask for something better. I think what's really important today is I see, besides the Vietnam era people such as myself and many people here, we're starting to see some younger people come, and that means a lot. so that we don't forget the struggles and the losses that we've had over the years. We're here to commemorate people who have given their lives in the service of our country, and that's important. And as we come back from year to year, we have commemorations for this, and then also on Veterans Day, we've come back in November. We have to honor the veterans that have given their time and effort to support our freedom. So again, it's so great to see younger people out here. We've kind of been remiss in having that pick up over the last couple of years, and hopefully it goes forward. With that said, let me read the proclamation that the city has done for the Memorial Day. Whereas millions of American men and women have answered the calls to duty in defending the hard-won freedoms we enjoy today, and whereas this day, Memorial Day, is the occasion in which we remember, recognize, and honor the unselfish service in all wars and military actions of our veterans. And whereas on this Memorial Day we pay tribute to those who have lost their lives in the defense of our nation in a time of war to protect our freedoms and our country. Now, therefore, I, Robert Strauss, Mayor of the City of Palos Heights, ask all the citizens to join me in this very special observance of Memorial Day on Monday, May 25th, 2026, and let us commemorate and preserve the memories of those who made the greatest sacrifice possible, giving of one's own life. Now witness, therefore, the 25th day of May, 2026. Now we ask that the presentation from the Daughters of the American Revolution.
As members of the Daughters of the American Revolution, we are proud to be here today to honor the brave men and women who fought so valiantly on the seas, in the air, and on foreign shores, and gave their lives for our country. May we live each day carrying on their legacy forward with gratitude for their service and commitment to liberty. Thank you, and God bless America.
And now, Kathy Levitt, would you like?
Today unofficially marks the start of summer, with backyard barbecues with family and friends, lots of laughter and memory making, but not for the approximate 1.3 million soldiers who died horrible, heinous, and frightening deaths fighting for our freedoms, most notably being our freedom of speech. There is no way to sugarcoat the meaning of Memorial Day, nor should there be. Memorial Day is about death, it's about loss, it's about heartache, remembrance, and honor. My essay today is voiced from the perspective of a deceased World War I soldier. The Ghosts of War. I've been here for almost over 100 years now. I came from the war to end all wars, and I am saddened to still see so many young men and women continuing to join me. And our numbers up here keep growing. I had hoped by now, with all the deaths that occurred from our war and World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam War, Gulf War, and all of those that continue on, I just hoped we would have learned by now how to do things better. I thought conflict resolution would be promoted more, that with our continually increasing intelligence, we could do this thing called living for peace a whole lot better. I didn't think world peace would still be so elusive. Instead, over the past several decades, we just seem to find ourselves in situations that cause us to have to continue to bury our young, our children. We give them life, we nurture them and love them, and then we suffer when those young, idealistic lives get snuffed out too soon, and we find ourselves gathering at Memorial Day ceremonies to remind us to never forget. But how can we? I am but one ghost of war from World War I, but I am surrounded by oh so many others. You know, it doesn't matter what your position or opinion on any of these wars has been. I've witnessed them all from up here. Some I understand, others I never will. But today is just all about remembering and paying your respects to those individuals who did sacrifice their lives for your and my freedoms. My heart breaks as I watch each new soulful spirit make its way up to join me, but that's my job. Being one of the elders here, I take these kids under my wing and help them along. Once here, we are fortunately blessed with having no more pain of body or mind, for if we weren't, and if it were possible, we would all go insane seeing the heartache that our deaths are causing to those we've so abruptly left behind. But that is the nature of war, and that is why you have a Memorial Day ceremony, to honor and pay tribute to every man and woman who gave their life for this great country of ours. But these ghosts of war to which I refer aren't only those of us who have perished defending what has always been thought of as the greatest country in the world. Sometimes the ghosts are those haunting memories that so many veterans bring home, those unspeakable actions they had to engage in. Those types of memories deprive so many of a normal life once they've been removed from settings which are just indescribably heinous. A part of their being also died during their time served. Always remember and honor that as well. As I look down upon this Memorial Day and watch people gather to honor all of us who have died serving our country, I am pleased to see all of you doing so, but I am saddened that more people don't join you. Maybe next year, each of you could bring just one person, and the next year, that person would do the same until half the communities join together to participate and remember. As endearing as it is for people to gather today for a day of remembrance, I'm reminded of that phrase, "It's easy to remember me on my birthday, but how about the rest of the year?" Well, the same holds true for Memorial Day. When you leave here, I sure hope you'll take some time to truly remember us as you go about your festivities, and maybe even once in a while before your return next year. Tell someone about the people you knew who died in one of these wars. Tell your kids about their aunts and uncles and grandmothers and grandfathers, and of the sacrifices we all made. Make sure they're not ever forgotten. Maybe even at your picnics today, you could set aside a bit of time for people to share and remember. Well, it's time for me to go. Looks like I'm needed again. Time to take a few more new souls under my wing and help them along. Say a prayer for peace now and then, would you? I'm growing very weary of my role. Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy. Then our guest speaker today is Master Sergeant Christine Jazimski.
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody who came out this morning to recognize this ceremony, as well as some of the dignitaries like from other cities like Mike Labarth and Palos Hills, and all the dignitaries that come from Palos Heights. Thank you. I ordered this day just for all of you, too. You know, it's better to fight for something in life than to die for nothing. As we set today aside to honor and thank our veterans, let us be mindful that we should never do this only one day of the year, but for all the days of this year. We take for granted the very things that most deserve our gratitude. In quiet services across our country today, we come together as a nation to remember those lost in the clash of battle, the thunder of bombs, the roar of tanks, the rumbling of airplanes flying over our heads, and the scream of piercing artillery sounds that deafen the human ear. This Memorial Day, we come together, even if only in mind and spirit, to honor the many sacrifices that were made for our freedom. As we enjoy living in the land of the free and the home of the brave, we must continue to remind Americans there is no freedom without bravery. And those we honor today were brave when it counted the most. Amid the war-torn decades we've endured, we take pride in these heroes, these men and women who believed they were just doing their duty. That's all they thought. They had strength when the situation demanded it, determination when everything felt lost, and devotion, courage, and patriotism, when others looked to them for guidance. No one ordered them to practice in the most basic of human ideals. They did it because they were Americans and lived in a nation worth defending. Generation after generation has been fortunate enough to reap the benefits paid by those who believe that freedom is worth fighting for and is necessary for dying for. In cemeteries across America and around the world today, people will pause to spread flowers on the graves of those who were lost in war. But today should be about more than that. It's about the sorrow we feel at their loss and about mourning. But what it should be about today was best expressed by George, or I should say General George S. Patton. Back in 1944, in a military cemetery in France, looking across the field, filled with rows of crosses marked the graves of men who just days before had been part of his army. And Patton said, "We should thank God that such men lived." And that is why this very special day is all about being thankful that such brave men and women had lived, and to pay tribute to those heroic patriots who bravely rose up and fought for something greater than themselves, protecting a home in which they never returned. They sacrificed everything for the noblest of causes, and it is up to you and me to carry on their memory forever in an effort to repay a debt that can never truly be repaid. Flowers, memorials, and flags are flown at half-staff today. Sad notes of taps, as meaningful as they are not enough. What we really must do to honor the sacrifices is to live what they died for. Live the America they died for, a country of freedom, equality, opportunity, and unlimited promise. Live filled with hope. Hope that what they gave us will last forever, and that freedom and opportunity will find all who seek it. Live to preserve their legacy, educating all who believe that Memorial Day is not just another holiday, but to pass it along to the youth of tomorrow, understanding the true cost of freedom. Today, we do more than just carry on traditions dating back to 1866, when the first Memorial Day observance was conducted. We go beyond tradition, beyond remembering, and beyond mourning today. We work together. Let's work together to make this country the reason why they died for, building a better nation each and every day. They gave up their tomorrows, or I should say they gave up their todays for our tomorrows. And now we must carry their message of dedication and determination to the generation in uniform today and in the generations who will serve tomorrow, because there is no greater way to honor the memory of those who have secured it. Thank you so much for your attendance. May God bless America.
Thank you, Mr. Sergeant. Right now we have the tribute of the various services, the veterans here to honor their departed comrades. There will be 3 different flowers, each representing different areas of veterans groups. First, the red flower.
Good morning. Please stay seated. Officers of the Day, in memory of the heroic dead who have fallen in defense of the United States of America, I place this tribute of our devotion and everlasting remembrance. Thank you.
Now the white flower.
I place this symbol of purity on this monument. May each future generation emulate the unselfish courage of all men and women who fought for freedom.
And now the blue flower.
I place this emblem of eternity. Its color bespeaks life everlasting. Thus do we immortalize the brave deeds of our soldiers, sailors, and Marines who have given their lives on land, on sea, and in the air.
Thank you, Alderman Key. Please be seated for the final. Before we the final activities we have here, I'll call up Alderman Clifford in a second. I'd just like to thank everyone again for being here today and memorializing those that gave their life in conflicts over the years. Also, take a little time as we leave here today. Take a look at our new memorial garden here. We've kind of put a little bit of more effort into updating everything and making it look a little bit more in line with what it should be. Keeping in mind that this is the 250th year of the United States. This will be the 25th year of, unfortunately, 9/11, and we just wanted to mark those things going forward. So we decided to do some little extra here, and then there'll be some things added on a little bit later in the year you'll find out about. So with that, again, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for coming out. Alderman Clifford, would you like to close out things here, please?
I'll make my comments after we end the formal ceremony by retiring colors. Honor guard to the trip. Guard, retire colors. Thank you. Be seated. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for the attendance today. It's been one of the best ever, and I hope it increases year by year. We owe that much to our fallen brothers.
Thank you, Jack.
It's just great to look out here. There's people I grew up with. There are Vietnam veterans sitting in the front row, Purple Heart recipients. One of our own, Alderman Jerry McGovern, is a Purple Heart recipient. We have Special Forces veterans here that served. There's a mix of everybody. We have a lot of people here, a lot of people from this great town, as the mayor said, best little town in the Midwest. And I'm going to try to keep it that way to the best of my ability. So I'd just like to start to say a couple of quick things, and then we'll get to this. You were taught that Memorial Day was about barbecues and mattress sales and a long weekend. Well, take a moment this weekend to remember the fallen and their families that they left behind. Whatever side you're on, we can honor their sacrifice with the dignity respect, and the gratitude it deserves. As we leave here today, let us carry the spirit of our fallen heroes in our hearts. Remember their courage and keep the faith with their vision for a peaceful nation. Freedom is never free. Let's honor the brave by inspiring and living and striving to be a nation worthy of their sacrifice. Today and every day, let's honor the fallen, not just with words, but with actions, by protecting the ideals they died for. Thank you, and have a wonderful day, and thank you very much for coming. And with that, I conclude today's ceremonies. So.